Hi guys, it's Nina from Kids Knits, and it's really sunny right now. All of a sudden, it's like a very overcast, cloudy day today, and now the sun is like right there. I don't really know what today's video is going to be about. I guess I'm just going to film throughout the weekend and oh my god, and kind of show you what I'm working on. Maybe go over some of the plans that I have, that kind of thing, because I feel like I'm all over the map right now, and I feel like my room is a bit of a disaster. So I'm like, I'm so scattered. I just feel so scattered with everything. But I have an order to finish up, a new design I'm working on. I just got in a big yarn order, and I'm working on a new blanket. What else? I don't even know. Just so much. Let's go through my yarn order. I ordered some yarn from Michael's a while ago on like September 14th, and they were like, you know what, it's gonna be at your place September 17th, and then it didn't arrive till yesterday, but of course I wasn't there to sign for it, so I picked it up today. So we have that. I ordered some white because I'm going to be making a greyhound for a custom order from actually my coworker. So that I'm hoping comes out really cute. I still have to purchase the pattern, but once I do, I will pop it over here and I'll show you guys that finished product. Hopefully I get that done this weekend because I want to finish up that whole order. I made some toques for her as well, so I'll show you guys all that stuff. Next, I ordered 2 skeins of this Bernat baby blanket in Misty Jungle Green, and I honestly can't remember why. I love this color, but I'm literally staring at my box of like leftover yarn, and I have like 7 giant balls of it right there. So I don't know why I ordered 2 of these. I'm thinking maybe like this would be good for maybe doing some elves. I needed more of the vintage white color, which is different from the clear white, okay? Very different. So this I need to finish what I'm currently working on, which I'll show you. This guy. I originally had it full fur going up, and he was going to be full animal just in like a scarf and his little boots, and he had some mittens, but I didn't like how it was turning out. So I changed the design, gave him a little sweater, and he's going to match like some of the Christmassy characters back there, but this pattern will kind of be like a 2-in-1. Spoiler alert, this is a polar bear. So that will be like the more Christmassy kind of side of it, because I feel like polar bears, I don't know, some people associate it with more Christmas time, winter, cold, right? But then he'll also be just like a normal regular fuzzy brown bear as well, so you can do that way. I tried to make him small. Like originally I did start him small, but like all of my other characters, he turned out really big, so there might be like a smaller one to go with it, but currently right now I don't have that. So I need more of this so I can finish his other arm and finish up the top part. I always run out of white, cream, and black, and I never stock up when I go to the store. I don't know why, and then I'm always scrambling last minute to try to grab that stuff. So of course I bought some black as well. This color, I actually don't even know if I have this in my stash or not. I'm always surprised, I don't know why, that Michael's even carries the Bernat baby, but this is bubbly blue, so like that's cute. I thought this color would be kind of nice for winter projects too. I don't know why I'm envisioning like a blue, like more bluey kind of elf, when I'm probably gonna do them in like classic Christmas colors, but I actually have no plans for this blue. So I don't know why I bought 3 of them. I don't know what I was thinking when I placed this order. Like, what were my plans? I don't know. Oh, maybe I was like, this would be cute on the polar bear, like blue for the polar bear, like his accessories. Okay, maybe I'll have to do a polar bear. Like my second one, when I do pictures for my pattern, I'll have to do this kind of sweater, so it's not like so Christmassy. It's just like a polar bear in a sweater. I did purchase some more of the loops and threads fur, and honestly I unraveled the skein that I have because everybody was saying like you should pull this apart because it comes in like 3 strands, And I actually hate that. I hated how it looked. It looked so sparse and boring. So kind of wanted to do my polar bear in this, but I'm not so sure now. I'm really not sure. Either way, I love using this as like fuzzy details on like the Santa, and I plan to do a Mrs. Claus. So like some of my Christmas characters will get this like little fuzzy detail. So I just wanted some more of that because I didn't actually know that I had that extra stuff. It was hidden in the bottom of the box. So I really need a better solution for storing yarn scraps, because let me show you guys what I'm doing right now. They are literally in this box down here, like in an old Amazon box, and that's just not, it's not working anymore. Next up, I'm kind of getting back into knitting. I think I did start off loom knitting. That's how I kind of got into yarn. And then from there, I wanted to make crocheted blankets because I saw like some really pretty patterns. And then so I kind of learned how to crochet, and I kept trying to learn how to knit. This was back in like 2015. And then I finally did learn how to knit. And actually, if you scroll through my Instagram, like before my Instagram became a little bit more popular, I was actually mainly knitting. That's pretty much all I did. I would only crochet blankets and like the odd stuffy here and there, but knitting was like my jam. I would do markets, and that's what I would sell, was hats. And I love making hats and ear warmers. I've made a couple sweaters, things like that. So I'm kind of getting more into it because I'm honestly debating next year trying to apply for some markets and maybe doing a market, but I don't know, because I just feel like the market scene is kind of dead here. Like, I just don't think like people are shopping like they used to. But I really enjoy knitting, and I really love knitting hats. Just now that I don't sell finished items, I'm like, I don't need a million hats. Like, I don't really have the room to store a billion hats, but I kind of want to do some more pattern designing. With that, I have a couple toque designs that I sell in my Etsy shop, but anyways, I'm battling. I bought some more Woolies Thick and Quick, which I saw some people complaining about this recently because it's called Woolies, but it's mainly acrylic, which is like, yes, it's fine. So this is a really great yarn for beginners because it's affordable, it's easy to get. It's at Michael's, your local craft store. Comes in so many colors, and it doesn't really split easily. So if you're just starting out with knitting, this is great. And I plan to do some tutorials for some of the knitting patterns that I want to put out, and just like basic ones, because I feel like a lot of my followers right now are crocheters because that's just what blew up for me. But I feel like I can convert some of you guys to knitting, and like I could teach you how. So if you want to learn how to knit, I'm going to have some videos for that soon. Love this pink color too. It's just so pretty cute. Love this another, oh, I got another like neutrally color, which typically I do more colorful ones, but I have some designs that I'm finishing up, so I needed some extra for that. And then I think with this I was going to pair it with the orange color, and I was going to do a candy corn beanie and do a little tutorial for that. So lots of things in the works. Just so hard now that I'm back like full-time at work to find time to do it, and I don't know, I'll make it work though. So that's my yarn order. Not really that exciting. A lot of it I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but that's that. The main thing I'm focusing on right now though is Christmas patterns. So I'm going to get my polar bear done, and then immediately after that I'm starting my Mrs. Claus. I have so many pictures that I've drawn up for her, and I really want to get that done because I need her to go with my Santa pattern that I have. I need somewhere back there. If I remove one of these from the pile, they're all just going to come tumbling down. So we're going to let them be. I don't know if I shared this in like one of my vlogs, but I definitely shared it over on Instagram, maybe even on my shorts. The Bernat Casa blankets. I ripped out the one that I was working on before, which was like a knitting one, and I was mixing the white and this like burgundy red colors. Like they were so pretty together, so pretty. But it was taking me forever to knit them. And I was like, you know what? This is just like, this is not it for my fingers. No, not with like all the different kinds of textures. But I loved how it was looking. So I ordered some different colored Bernat Casa because it was on sale. and it was clearance. So I was like, are they discontinuing this? So I needed to get my hands on that. And there's just some colors in it that I don't like. So I actually mixed the white with this colorful one, and I'm gonna show you. I went back and forth for so long on what kind of pattern to do with it. So we've got the white mix and then this mix. So as you can see, if it will load, you've got velvet, this kind of like, I don't even know, it's like sort of boucle, but not really, you know, it's just like twisted on each other. There's blanket yarn, and then there's faux fur in here too. Lots of different textures, and it just wasn't like giving what I needed to do because the textures kept pooling together. So I started out doing my lazy wavy blanket, kind of like a wavy chevron, but the colors were pooling really bad, and it was like chunks and chunks of like fur and then chunks of velvet, and I didn't like it. I wanted it to be like one texture per row. So I finally settled on a granny stripe because I thought this would be the best way as you're working through like double crochets for the textures to be like worked up really fast and then be changing quickly. And then when I get to a point where it is starting to like kind of do the same texture, I just cut the yarn and join a new part of the yarn, which I did here because it wanted to do velvet, but I just cut it and started with fur so that would give me some fur on the side. I just don't love the yellow, green, blue, but like this section over here where it's like these pinks, I'm like, this is so pretty. I love that. It's like the white faux fur, pink faux fur, this pink like boucle kind of thing, and then white blanket yarn, back to the faux fur. Like, that's so pretty. Like, these look so nice together. So I actually think what I'm going to do after I finish this blanket, because I just think I need to work it up a little bit more and see how it's going to take shape. I think I'll try to I'm just going to go get some faux fur in these colors that I like and use the blanket yarn in the colors that I like and find this other textured stuff here and make my own little blanket pattern with that instead of this ball. But the only thing that sucks is all the ends that you'll probably have to weave in. So I'm set on this granny stripe for sure. I've ripped this out like 10 times doing different styles, but I like this. I think this is going to be kind of nice. So I'm doing one stripe white and then two in the colored stuff and then one white, just so I want to make sure I have enough white left over to use with the other red stuff that I have, so I can do 2 blankets. So I'm gonna get to work on some of these things and then I will come back and show you guys, I guess. 17 minutes of yapping already, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll come back with like some more progress on some of these things and show you guys what else I'm working on. Okay, it's now the next day because we decided to go to the casino last night and we didn't win any money. Then we came home. I took a nap in the afternoon and I couldn't fall asleep until like 1:30 a.m. last night. So not a lot of crocheting. I did a little bit on my blanket, which I'll show you later, but I've started on this little greyhound order. I'm hoping it turns out really cute. I'll show you. I'm following this pattern. What is it gonna show? Cleo the greyhound. So I'm filming a little reel for this and I'm gonna finish that up and then I will let you guys know how that one turns out. You guys, this vlog is just gonna be like a week in my crochet room. So today it's Tuesday. What I've been working on the last couple of days is my polar bear. There's like some color change issues, but honestly, because it's my first go around with this pattern and I'll be doing like a second one, I'm just like, whatever, I'll make a mental note and then I'll deal with the arms later. Still need to add some details. I'm debating on adding like just sewing the lines on here to make it look like a little paw, or if I just add little beans underneath. I think he's cute. I've got his head sitting over there staring at me, which I am like, is his head too big? But I need to do some face shaping. So when I design the heads of anything new that I've not done before, I write out all the instructions, I go to the end, I cut off where I need, but I don't finish off completely because I need to know where I'm putting my safety eyes before I attach them because I don't want it to be wonky. I don't want to waste safety eyes. So I get all that placement and then I rip back to that point and then I re-crochet. So I think if I like sink his eyes in and then add his little nose and his ears, I think he's gonna start looking like very cute. I think it'll work. I think it'll give more bear. Just like when I'm looking at it right now, it's giving like seal, but it'll get there. So I'm hoping to finish that up today. I am taking my grandma out to go shopping. We're gonna go to Michael's and see if we've got like the new sewing section set up there, because my Nana, she sews and she wants to make a baby blanket for my brother who's expecting a baby in March. So we'll go there, we'll check it out, see if there's anything new. I'll peruse yarn as one does when they go to the yarn store and probably buy a bunch of stuff I don't need. I'm finishing up a hat order today. I finished up the greyhound, so I'm gonna grab that. Okay, so he's like a little sitting greyhound. Kind of cute, right? He's just like this with his little tail. This is for a custom order. My coworker, her like in-laws, they rescue greyhounds, but sadly they lost this little guy, so he's crossed Rainbow Bridge. So I didn't have any like brown dog kind of colored eyes, but I used these rainbow ones, the color shifting ones, because I thought that would kind of be like signifying, you know, when they go over the Rainbow Bridge. Their greyhound had some darker ears. He also has some spots on him, so I'm gonna try to like duplicate stitch those spots on him to get them right, because this one was created with a lot of sewing. So I had to sew on the neck, sew on the head, sew on all these legs and the tail. And so I didn't really know exactly what part was what when I was crocheting it. So I didn't want to try color changes and end up in the wrong spot and then like sew on the leg and there's white. So I'm gonna try duplicate stitch, see how that looks. Try to just get like the essence of it right. But he's done. I'm gonna finish up the reel that I did for him. He's pretty cute. Hopefully it's giving greyhound. It's kind of giving like Italian greyhound, like, you know, the little mini ones. But he's pretty cute, pretty adorable. I haven't been doing too much. Like I always end up like way busier than I think I'm gonna be. Like I'm always like, oh, I'll get so much done today, and then like either get really tired or me and my boyfriend decide to go out and do like way too many things. Nighttime, while I watch Dancing with the Stars, which I have not watched that since I was like little. I'm watching this season and that's when I work on this blanket. So I'm actually really loving how this is turning out as I keep adding rows. Unfortunately, I think I made it like way too big, because it's just like very, very long. So this is probably gonna end up being more like a bed blanket because it's just so big. Like it's, but then I was like, maybe this will just be like the length of the blanket and I'll have it go like this way and then I'll do the width like a little bit less. I don't know if that's gonna look weird, but I'm not ripping out all of this work, because if you look at it, I don't know if it's gonna focus for you guys. I'm doing all that, and then I'm trying to have it so that none of the textures overlap, which is kind of difficult. It just means that I have to cut the yarn if it starts like wanting to pool. I think it's good. I think this is a good stitch for this kind of blanket. Like the other way to do it would have just been to knit it, but I don't want to knit a blanket. It just takes too long. So that's what I'm working on, all of that. So I have some orders to finish up. Hoping to finish that polar bear today so I can start writing the pattern. I'm gonna do 2 versions of this polar bear though. He will be a polar bear, but then he's also just gonna be a regular bear. You'll get the sweater version of him, and then you'll also just get like a full bear version, which I'm debating ordering some more fur yarn, and I'm gonna do like a brown bear option. I don't know. I might do fur, I might not. I might just use what I have first, and then maybe when I do like a tester call, see if any of my testers want to try it out with fur yarn. I'm not very well versed in crocheting with fur yarn, but yeah, so it will be like you can get the very simplified version, or you can do the sweater version. And you can like, you don't have to do the stripes like this either on yours. You could do 2 rows of stripes, like kind of like how my Pumpkin Man sweater has 2 rows, right, instead of the 1. Or you could just do solid. You could embroider something on there. I am debating, I think I'm probably gonna do a big scarf for him too. I'm just figuring out how to like finish him off. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a neck, and then that will make sewing his head on a little bit easier and not look so awkward. But yeah, a couple things to finish on that and then go from there. That's my little update on Tuesday, and I guess I will check back in once everything is completed. So see you guys soon. We're at Michael's. I got some Lion Brand to finish up a hat I'm working on. Nana's here looking super happy. We're just perusing the yarn. My Nana didn't find exactly what she was looking for, so I don't know, we'll see. But I just finished sewing on this guy's spots and I think it looks okay. I'm a little bit hard on myself when it comes to making something that's supposed to like be somebody's pet, just because I'm like, oh, if I don't do it identical then it's not good enough. But I was like, you know what, as long as it captures the essence. So like he had 3 little spots on his back and I'm like, it's as close as it can be, you know. So he's cute. I took some photos of him and filmed a reel and he's good to go. So now I'm just gonna finish off the rest of that order, which is all of these toques. I can't remember if I showed you guys that. So I have to make a couple pom-poms for these and then I have to attach some other pom-poms to them, some fair ones. So I'm gonna do that. It is now Saturday, so it's been a couple days since I last kind of came on here to talk to my phone. I wasn't really feeling too hot the last couple of days, so I'm feeling a little bit better now, which is good. Last night, so 2 days ago, I started typing out the pattern, got the pattern all typed up, and I have begun testing it. So I did his little head again last night, which I think his head is so cute. I know I'm probably biased because I designed it, but then what I'm also doing is the modification for it at the same time. So we have a little brown bear going on too, which my mom said it looks like a grizzly, and he's maybe looking a little bit off-centered on camera, but he is cute too. I think because I used Premier yarns for the dark brown and then I switched to Bernat blanket for the snout, that the snout is appearing a little bit longer, but I don't think it looks bad. Like I do think like bears can kind of have that shape. It's just like seems more subtle on the polar bear, but if you look at polar bears and other bears, they do have different kind of snout shapes. So this is the same pattern though. The pattern will include basic brown bear instructions, and then I think this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to try to also do a panda modification because that will just be color changes. I mean, my mom was saying before that the head looked more like a teddy bear for this guy than it did a polar bear. And like, yes, I agree, but my reasoning behind that is to just like get the essence of a bear so that you can take this pattern and you can do polar bear out of it, you can do a brown or black bear out of it, and then you can do the panda bears. I just think that would be so much nicer to offer both. I have really good light right now. I tried to set up the light box earlier to take photos. They weren't hitting. So I'm going to use all this natural light and I'm going to try to bang out these patterns and take all the photos while I still can. So I will check in later once I've made some more progress. I do have a date night planned with my boyfriend tonight. So yeah, I'm probably going to lose good lighting around 5 p.m. anyways. So that I'll take my evening off and relax. It's now, I think, like around 11 o'clock. So we'll see how much I get done by then. It is now Sunday. Right, Chewy? I got pretty far on my testing yesterday. I'm just about to sew on the head for the polar bear. And then I'm gonna work on the brown bear. Last night, I kind of took the evening off. We went out for dinner and then we went and did some like Halloween shopping because this year is our first Halloween in this new place that we're in. So we want to do like a really cute display. There's a lot of kids in the neighborhood. I actually don't know if we'll get any trick-or-treaters, but we'll see. I digress. I gotta get back to work. I gotta finish this up because this is taking so long and I definitely bit off way more than I can chew, like I always do. At least it's so sunny today, which I know I posted a reel on Instagram being like, I hate sunny days, but it's gonna be really good for taking photos. So let's get this done. I had a lunch break. I finished my second polar bear. All done. I made a couple changes to it, but I'm actually going to change it back to just my original design because once I put the finishing touches on, I actually didn't like it. I vacuumed everything upstairs. I vacuumed their bed. I vacuumed my chair, and then I was like, why don't I just like rearrange things in here? My desk over and I put my chair on this side. So now I can like sit here, okay, there, and my ledge is right beside me, which is really nice because I have this little nook, and this is where I take all my photos and film my tutorials and things like that. Of course, he's already back in the chair making it stinky. But when I film, I usually have this behind me because I think it's just like more interesting than a blank wall. So I'll probably still like flip-flop between the two when I'm filming and move the chair over there. But anyways, I'm on to bear number 2, which I also took out some of the face shaping I did on his head. So I kept the top of his head a little bit more rounded. I think I sewed these ears on a little bit different to make them a little bit more round. So he will be more like kind of a teddy bear, but I'm moving on. I've got his legs attached and I'm going to finish up the body with the modifications, and then hopefully this one will be done today too, and I can start on version number 3, which will be a panda bear. So back to work for me. I actually feel like I'm gonna be more productive with my chair on this other side. I don't know, sometimes you just need like a change of scenery, even if it's the other side of your 2 square foot room. I don't even know how many days it's been since I was filming the beginning of this vlog. I think it's been like 2 weeks, honestly, which is like, ugh, I don't know where the time goes. But obviously I finished my bears, and I will show you those. Pattern releases today, Monday, October 20th. So if you want to grab that pattern, it's going to be in my Etsy shop. And this pattern comes with the 3 different bears, which you can mix and match them essentially. The first one I think we've all seen, I think I've shown you guys, is my polar bear. So he comes with the sweater. His little cuffs are kind of cute. I just love the detail where, you know, they're kind of, I don't even know how you would describe it, but they just look more realistic, and it's not just like crocheted in, you know, like a little color change. So he's a little big on here. Could do a solid sweater, you could do double thick, like 2 rows of stripes. You could really customize this guy. So here is the polar bear, which actually I really have to pick a name for him before I upload all of this. Oh my god, I gotta do that today. So polar bear. Then you could just do the classic brown bear, which I think is so cute. I think he's probably my favorite. I originally designed the polar bear and I was just gonna do the polar bear, but then I was like, why don't I just do all 3 styles so you guys don't have to like do all the guessing work for how to customize it yourself. So his nose is maybe a little wonky. Is that better? But he's so cute, and I really highly recommend not stuffing like the top part of the arm so that they sit and lay on the body a lot nicer. You can add a sweater to this guy too, so you could take the polar bear and just do him like this, but with a sweater. They've got their cute little boots. Adorable. I love this one. I used Bernat blanket yarn for this guy, and then for my brown bear I used the Premier Yarns Basics Chenille Brights. It's the longest name ever for their yarn, but that's what I used for the body of him. I think it's like the perfect brown. I use it in pretty much all of my designs. So that's him. I love him. I can't remember, I think I called him Buddy. He's so squishy and huggable and just so cute. Like I really love this one. I am never gonna give this one away. And then the third one that you can do is a panda bear, which is cute. I'm not like a big panda lover. Sometimes when you see pandas, honestly, they kind of scare me. I don't know why, but I took the guesswork out of that one for you, so you can just kind of work him up as like a big snuggly panda bear. He's nice and cute too. The hardest part is the eye patches, sewing them on, finding the right placement to make him look good, but you can just, you know, use your Ami sticks or those little stitch markers to kind of pin it in place and then sew around. So you can get all 3. You just purchase the one pattern and then it will come with all 3 separate PDFs. And I put them all in separate PDFs because I hate kind of like going through and trying to figure out where I am. Like, you know, like find like whatever, what is it? Like pick your own adventure. I hate that. I hate that. I just want to know exactly what I'm doing step by step. So I made that super easy for you guys. So you can find all of those guys in my Etsy shop as a little bundle. They are huge, but they do work up surprisingly fast. Like this guy worked up really quickly for me. I'm happy I'm adding a little bear to my collection. And then this guy is like giving kind of like winter vibes, which is cute. So yay, I finished it. And I guess that's gonna be the end of this vlog. Now I'm on to my next Christmas design and we'll see. We'll see what's next. I have so many things that I want to do. I just don't have the time. As for now, if you want to get this pattern, go ahead and make it and tag me and share and all the things. Oh my god, he's so cute. I love him. Okay, bye guys.